Hey everyone. All right, so in this video I'm going to show you all how I achieve highlights in my wig. This is definitely a beginner friendly tutorial, so if you're interested, definitely stay tuned. The wig that I'll be using comes from Ruiyu hair, and this is how my wig came shipped. Here's all the information to get in contact with them. The wig came packaged with a wig cap along with some little knickknacks or whatnot. This is a 250% density 4x4 lace closure wig. This is how the lace comes pre-plugged, small knots. This is a loose wave pattern, so it comes with these curls. Yep, and the lace is transparent, and it is a standard factory made cap. So I did go ahead and pick apart the curls a little bit just to show you how big the wig gets, but this is not my favorite pattern. So after I added the elastic band into the wig, I decided to kind of wash out the curls like so. Nothing too special, just plain old water and a brush just to kind of comb those curls out and get to the actual natural loose wave pattern. So to make my mixture, I'm going to use clear volume developer because I need this to be as liquidy as possible. I am using Beach Baby Lights. I have the can, but if you are in Sally's, they have the packets too. So typically if you use the can, use 2 scoops, but 1 full packet of the bleach is just fine. I'm going to start off with just half of the developer just to kind of get my mixture going, as you guys can see. And then once I have it set, I'm going to add in the remainder of the bottle. So here is the hair. It's been dried. I left it overnight on accident, y'all. I wouldn't sleep. But I'm going to dip the ends of the wig in first and just use my brush to kind of comb the bleach mixture throughout the hair strands just so that everything gets as evenly coated as possible. And then I'm just going to dump the entire wig into this bowl, and I'm going to let it process for roughly an hour or so because the 40 volume developer, this is kind of like a mild developer, so it doesn't really bleach. It just lifts the color of the hair up a little bit. And I'm doing this to create a brown base for our wig. As you guys can see, some of the brown tones is coming in. So I let it process for about 45 more minutes. So up until about 2 hours, actually, I let this hair process. And I simply rinsed out the bleach mixture, no shampoo or anything. And I'm going to let it air dry so that you guys can see the brown base that we've created. So I went ahead and I sectioned off my wig. That part is not being highlighted, so I just clipped it off. Only these sections will be highlighted. These are my areas that I'll be working with. And of course, I'm going to work on the closure first because I want to have like a little money piece in the front. So I'm using Blonde Me, and if you know anything, this stuff is expensive. So this is pretty much all I'll be using to do the highlights. I'm going to use 2 scoops of the powder bleach, and I'm using a 40 volume developer, Blonde Me, developer. And I'm just going to mix it until it's all creamy and well mixed, thoroughly mixed like so. And like I said, I'm going to start on the closure, and I'm going to create my money piece. So I part the closure down the middle, and I'm just going to create like a upside down V, like so. And with the bleach, I like to saturate the foil first. It just helps for all of the hair strands to get bleached thoroughly, and then I'm going to add another layer on top. So this pretty much prevents me from having to comb through the hair so much, and it just makes sure that every hair strand is just saturated with some bleach. And of course, I'm going to fold my foil like that. And now we're going to start on the side of the closure. I'm going to do like a little weaving kind of technique here, and I'm going to also kind of tease the hair just a little bit so that the highlights are not super harsh here. And like I showed you guys before, I already saturated the foil with some bleach, and then I'm going to add a layer on top of the hair strands just so that everything can get coated. And this is exactly what I do if someone were to request highlights, because as you know, I do customize wigs for people. So if someone requests highlights, this is like the easiest way for me to do highlights, especially with, you know, doing the bleach bath method. That just allows you to have that brown base to go off of, and it just saves so much time. So definitely use that method if you are trying to either, you know, do one brown tone all over your wig or so. But yeah, so I'm doing this all throughout the closure, and I'm going to show you guys how I pretty much do it throughout the wig. I went ahead and sectioned off this area. This is the back, so I'm going to show you guys how I typically bleach the wig portion of the wig. Pretty much the tracks. This is how I do it. I like to do the same weaving technique, and I'm only going to be bleaching those strands. There I go with my saturated foil, and I'm going to put some more bleach on top. I'm not going to be too particular with how harsh these highlights are. And so when it comes down to the next section, that part is not going to be bleached. So I'm going to move that to the side because I'm not working on that. I'm working on the next area. So you bleach one area, you skip one. You bleach the next area, you skip one. Because highlights, especially if you're doing like light feather highlights, you don't want the highlights to be too harsh or anything like that. Some people like chunky highlights, so to each their own. I'm going for the more feathered highlights, not super there, just something subtle. So that's why I chose to do it this way. And of course, once everything processes for about 30 minutes, I rinsed out the bleach, and here is what we're working with. And I'm going to use my Fanola No Orange and No Yellow shampoo. I like to use them together just to combat any brassiness or, you know, yellows and all those other tones. And I let this sit for a little minute, rinse it out, and then I styled my wig. I did pin curls in the front, flexi rods in the back because I like a little bit of wave action. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The hair actually stood up pretty well, despite being like super affordable. So I will leave the link to this wig down below if you guys are in the market for some affordable hair. I hope that you guys found this video super helpful. Leave a comment if you have any further questions. Definitely let me know how you feel about this look, honey. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.